Hi guys, this is Jared the Blind Gamer and this is another episode of Blind Man Plays. And today is my first sequel video. A sequel video. And the sequel video I'm doing is to a video I did about a month ago now, which was Sonic the Hedgehog games you may not have played. And it was the first video to kind of blow up on the channel, where we had quite a few, several hundred views, and had quite a lot of feedback from you guys about the Sonic games. And because of the nature of the fact that some of these games were on the Master System, and the Master System didn't do as well in the US as it did in the UK, a lot of people actually didn't know about the games that I highlighted, and some of you actually came back with games, Sonic games, that I didn't even know about. So I thought I'd do a follow-up video. So this is more Sonic the Hedgehog games you may not have played. So starting off is one of the more popular ones, which quite a lot of you probably will have played, but I want to stick around to the end of the video because I am going to be divulging a little treat for you guys, which is something you may not know about concerning this game. This is Sonic Triple Trouble, and in the game you can play as Sonic or you can play as Tails, which gives two different sort of gameplay experiences. As Tails has the helicopter thingy, allows him to reach different areas of the level to Sonic. It's similar sort of precedent, basically. Go through the stages, find the Chaos Emerald. I think you do have to find Chaos Emeralds in this game. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Very similar sort of affair to what we expect from 2D Sonic games. In this, Sonic is much more like his Genesis Mega Drive counterpart. He is able to spin dash, he is able to break through walls. When you lose rings, you don't get as much opportunity to collect them back like you would on the Mega Drive, but you are able to collect at least one or two rings to make sure you don't die so easily. And the level design is very much indicative of, past Sonic games. The boss fights are really cool, but I would say this is probably on par with Sonic 1 and 2 on the Sega Game Gear. I don't believe this one came out on the Master System. I think it was Game Gear only. As far as playability is concerned, the graphics are really good. Really did push the boundaries of what the Game Gear was capable of. It's the fun one to play, guys. If you have not checked out Sonic Triple Trouble, then I would highly recommend it. I had a great deal of fun with this and I'll be going back to it. Sonic Labyrinth. Now this is very similar to the Sonic 3D which we're going to cover, which was on the Genesis. This is kind of like an isometric Sonic game. It's more like a top-down RPG style. These are very much like Marmite. You either love them or you hate them. Some people really like these 3D type games. I can't stand this. I really did not enjoy my time with this game. It just felt like it wasn't for me. I didn't quite know what I was doing or where to go, and I don't know, for me it just didn't sit right. I didn't enjoy it, and that's a personal preference. I think other people I know have had a really good time with this type of game. It didn't really sort of sit right for me. I really didn't find myself getting interested in what I was supposed to do. There are things you might have to achieve before you can go on to the next little, as you can see, the next little segment. And I don't know, I couldn't get into it. After playing for it for a couple of minutes, I felt kind of frustrated. I didn't really know what I was supposed to be doing. Just for me personally, I would not recommend Sonic Labyrinth on the Game Gear. Sonic Drift 1 and 2. It's basically a kart racing game like Mario Kart. You have a selection of different people to pick, like Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Dr. Robotnik, and you are going on a kart course, very similar to Mario Kart. I am not a fan of kart racing games. Again, there are far superior games on the Master System and Game Gear. Games like Outrun, Road Rash, things like that of that nature. I really didn't enjoy this. I didn't think it controlled that well. I don't know. I suppose if you like kart racing games and you're a fan of things like Mario Kart, you might enjoy this. But I just found the controls really clunky. I just didn't really. It wasn't for me personally. Hi guys, just a brief interlude here. I just want to say thank you very, very much for subscribing to the channel, for liking the videos, for commenting, just for returning and rewatching and watching new videos. Honestly guys, you've made a dream come true. I set an arbitrary goal of 100 subscribers just to see if it was possible at the beginning of January, and here we are at the beginning of February and you guys made it possible. Just thank you. It's not about subscribers, it's not about numbers or analytics, it's about you, the person watching this. To know that there's someone like you sitting there watching one of these videos that I have had a great deal of fun making, it means the world to me. It really does. And just thank you so, so much. And I just hope as I continue to make these videos, you guys continue to watch and enjoy them. And please feel free, put your ideas forward. I've had some amazing ideas off you guys, stuff I would never even thought of, and I'm going to be implementing some of these in the coming weeks. Keep an eye on the community tab on this page, because that's where I'm going to be posting updates for community involvement. Just thank you so much guys. Let's crack on with the video. Take care. I love you all. This is Tails' Adventures. It's not looking good for Tails actually. His house has been set on fire, I think, or like his forest or wherever he's from. And yeah, things are not looking good for Tails, unfortunately, in Tails' house. You are up against, I have no idea who they are. So Tails' Adventures. This came out in 1996. So let's take a quick look at it. So this is a much slower platform than Sonic. It sort of takes advantages of, you know, the character of Tails and the things that he can do. You have an overworld map of where you can pick certain things, and you have a shop where you can equip different items. Wouldn't say it's the most fun game in the world to play, but you know, it's not offensive either. It's an okay. I love the way Tails is animated. This does bear some similarities to Sonic, but there's like sort of different puzzles and problem solving areas where you have to move different things to different areas so you can actually access various areas in the map. Like this area here where you're moving the spring so that you can access different areas. All in all, not a particularly bad game. Sonic 3D Blast. Now this is the Mega Drive version. Now a lot of people loved this game. I didn't. I couldn't get along with the 3D layouts. You know, Sonic has the spin dash. I like the fact of what they've tried to do here. There was an updated version that came out for this for the Saturn, I believe. But to me, this, although it runs really nicely and it looks kind of really cool on screen, and it's got this kind of cool sort of isometric 3D effect. I just didn't get along with it, you know. Again, there's certain puzzles that you need to solve in order to access certain different areas. So there's more of a kind of problem-solving approach when it comes to certain things. It's not just going from right to left, like jumping through platforms. But that's, to me, that's Sonic. Like the idea of being Sonic is to run places really, really fast, and then sort of you conquer your environment through your speed. I just didn't enjoy this. Now, you know, as I said, different people have different tastes. It's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's well thought out. This is definitely better than Sonic Labyrinth. It's much faster and it's much more intuitive. I love the graphics, I love the animation. I think there's some really good sort of points to this, and if it's your type of game, I can very much see people getting into this. But for me, I just couldn't get into it, personally. I would say try before you buy on this one. This is Sonic Spinball on the Master System. Now, I remember Sonic Spinball coming out on the Mega Drive and being quite a thing back in like the early 90s. It was featured on gaming shows like Bad Influence. Hands up in the comments who remembers Bad Influence on ITV in the UK. Then I know how far you've got through the video, right? It's basically Sonic in a pinball game, like in a pinball machine type thing. I think there was like a loose story behind it. I'll show the Mega Drive version on screen as well. But this is the Master System version of it. Now, as pinball games go, I don't like pinball games. I'll be honest, I didn't get on with Sonic Spinball. I didn't enjoy it. I found it frustrating and irritating. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just didn't enjoy either the Sonic Spinball games for the Mega Drive or the Master System. But you know, for different strokes, different folks, guys. You know, it's something that kept me entertained, sort of capturing this footage on both systems. But you know, I'll show you a couple of minutes gameplay of it on the Master System. And I'll show you a couple of minutes gameplay of it on the Mega Drive. And you know, if you've not played these games, you can make a determination for yourself whether you want the 8-bit experience or the 16-bit experience. Because the 16-bit experience is not always the better experience. Most of the time it is, but not always. Okay, so the last game that I want to cover here, as I mentioned previously in the video, was Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit. Now this is a fan parody game. This is a fan recreation that basically asks the question, what if Sonic Triple Trouble came out on the Sega Genesis after Sonic 3 and Knuckles? Now, obviously after Sonic 3 and Knuckles, we got into the territory of the 32-bit era with the Sega Saturn and the Sega and the Sony PlayStation. So at those points, there was less development on the Sega Genesis. So I believe what the developer here is asking the question and developing a game in response. It's by Noah Copeland, and I believe his Twitter handle is Noah N. Copeland, sorry, I do apologise, Noah Copeland. Basically asking the question, what would happen if they actually released a 16-bit version of Sonic Triple Trouble? Now this is not a point-for-point remake, this is a 16-bit reimagining of what that game could look like, and it plays absolutely brilliantly. It is available at the present on the Windows platform, with an Android version coming very, very shortly. This is a fan game and it is available for free because obviously it's unlicensed. I will put the link in the description below so you can actually have a look at this for yourself. But it features new stages, styles, enemies and gimmicks, 3D special stages, Sega Genesis accurate colours and sound, switch between Sonic and Tails in real time, gamepad support, plays in modern 16:9 ratio or 4:3, and available in 9 languages. It's basically a fantastic recreation of the Sonic Triple Trouble story, but like for example, as the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis had its version of Sonic, and the Master System and Game Gear had a different version of Sonic, but it was effectively the same kind of game. Then this is a similar sort of precedent. Is what if they as in the style of Sonic 1 and 2 for the Sega Genesis and for the Sega Master System and Game Gear, what would happen if the same treatment happened to Sonic Triple Trouble? And this is absolutely brilliant, guys. The boss fights are awesome. It's got some really good sort of game mechanics there. I had as much fun playing this. This felt right at home. It felt like I was playing an authentic Sonic Mega Drive game. And I really, really want to recommend this. I will put the link to the Gaming Joke download page in the description below, so you can go over and check this out. I'll also put the developers' website in the description below as well, and check this one out because it's it's free, so you don't have to pay for it. It's basically just downloadable into Windows. You unzip it into its own folder, and then you just basically play the exe file. There's no install or anything required, and it just plays, and it plays beautifully. And keep an eye on the website because there is an Android version of this coming very, very shortly. So there you go, guys. That was more Sonic games that you may not have played. Some of them are really good, some of them are a bit like Marmite, some will like them, some will not, and some of them are excellent. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Have you tried the Sonic Triple Trouble fan game? Are you planning on trying it? Did you get along with the 3D Sonic games, the kind of pseudo 3D Sonic games from the Master System and Mega Drive era? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to have a discussion with you guys. And thank you so much for all the help that you've given helping this channel to grow, and we will be back very, very soon with another video. Take care, guys. Love and peace to you all.